All right, so we are going to go on to our next unit. It's going to be the rocks and minerals. And you see that with my lovely little yellow cover page, so you know that it is the next set. What I would like you to do is you're going to open, there's your anticipation guide, there's your table of contents. We're going to flip open to the next page. Make sure it lines up with the essential questions. What I would like you to write at the top is characteristics of minerals. This is going to be page 4, and the date is 10/12. So you're going to write just this, characteristics of minerals. You can see I didn't write anything else. You don't need to write down the standards. Just write down characteristics of minerals, page 4, 10/12. All right, let me move me out of the way. So once you have that done, you're on this page. You're going to flip back to this page. And on the left-hand side, for number 1 and 2, you are going to write in true or false. And that's okay if you get it wrong, because we're just seeing if you know what you know before you know it. Okay? So, number 1, true or false. A substance that forms in nature, inorganic, is a solid, has a definite chemical makeup, and has a crystal structure, is a rock. True or false? Number 2, true or false? A crystal is a solid substance in which the atoms are arranged in an orderly, repeating, three-dimensional pattern. True or false? All right. So, first off, with the notes, minerals. They are a substance that forms in nature, is a solid, so is naturally formed in nature, is a solid, is inorganic. This did switch, so please, it's formed in nature, it's inorganic, it's a solid, has a definite chemical makeup, and a crystal structure. So how to write this in? You're going to have nature, then inorganic, then solid, chemical, crystal structure. And these are all the yellow underlined. If you ever have an issue reading what is underlined, please let me know and I'll change the color. All right, elements. So elements are something that cannot be broken down into a simpler substance. So I can't break it into anything else. That is it. That is like the end point. An element consists of atoms of only one type. Crystal. It's a solid substance in which the atoms are arranged in an orderly, repeating, three-dimensional pattern. So looking at these are orderly, they're repeating, they're three-dimensional. That's how you know it's a crystal. How are minerals different from rocks? Well, minerals have 5 characteristics, but the rocks only have 2 of those characteristics. All right, what are those characteristics? There are actually 5 characteristics of minerals. Sorry, just had to fix that real quick. So there are 5 characteristics of minerals. 1 is formed in nature, 2 inorganic, and please, when you are writing this in, you'll notice that I added inorganic to the bottom. So number 5, inorganic. It's a solid. They have definite chemical makeup and has a crystal structure. So make sure you're cognizant that inorganic, you're going to, when it comes to writing down inorganic, you're going to put it at the very bottom. Okay, so here's the 5 characteristics. Number 1, they're formed in nature. So this does not follow along with what you have. Minerals form in nature, yes. What I did is I scribbled out and I wrote not man-made. That's a biggie. They're formed in nature, but they're not man-made. So man did not do this. See, he's chiseling out the rock. Yeah, we didn't make the rock. They are inorganic. So this one you need to, so I did my number 5 at the bottom and I just added to the bottom. This is where I wrote all of this in. Minerals are inorganic matter that do not have carbon. Organic matter is made by living organisms. So minerals are inorganic. not made by living organisms don't have carbon. All right, that's my little fish man. All right, solids. Minerals are a solid. This means that it has a definite volume, has a rigid shape. They have a definite chemical makeup. Each mineral has a definite chemical makeup. Every mineral has atoms of certain elements. These elements combine to join together. So for instance, this carbon is an element. And your graphite pencil, the thing you're writing with, that is made up of a bunch of carbons put together. Along with that, these are mine. He's right there. That's not like the best picture, but those diamond rings, those are also made up of carbons, but they combine together in a different way than graphite. They have crystal structures. So the way that atoms, that's underlined, that should be yellow. This is underlined but should not be yellow. The way that atoms are arranged is a characteristic of minerals. It is the structure of a crystal. So the way atoms are arranged is the characteristic of a mineral, how we know they're a mineral. It is the structure of a crystal. All right, so here's some fun facts. You don't have to write them down if you want to. Cool. Minerals are grouped according to their composition and what they're made of. So for instance, you have silicates. These are the most common elements, like the most common substances actually in the world. My earth sciencers have to know this. All carbonates have carbon and oxygen. Oxides are a group all on their own. All right, quiz time. So what you're going to do, grab out a piece of paper. I like to label it quiz 1, mineral characteristics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause if you need to, when you need to. Go back if you need to answer some questions. All right. So what is something that cannot be broken down into a simpler substance? A crystal, an element, a mineral, or a rock. What is a substance formed in nature, inorganic, is a solid, has a definite chemical makeup, and has a crystal structure? Is it a crystal, an element, a mineral, or a rock? What is a solid substance in which the atoms are arranged in an orderly, repeating, three-dimensional pattern? Is it a crystal, an element, a mineral, or a rock? Minerals have how many characteristics, while rocks have how many? Is it 5 and 1, 5 and 2, 5 and 3, or 5 and 0? All minerals have the following except what? Formed by man, a solid, a definite chemical makeup, or has a crystal structure. All right, so let's go back to number 1 and see if you got it right. What is something that cannot be broken down into simpler substance? I'm hoping you said an element. All right, what is a substance formed in nature, inorganic, solid, has a definite chemical makeup, and has a crystal structure? I'm hoping right here you said a mineral. All right. What is a solid substance in which the atoms are arranged in an orderly, repeating, three-dimensional pattern? This one's a crystal. All right. Minerals have 5, I'm hoping you got 5 characteristics, while rocks only have 2 of those. All minerals have the following except what? They are solids, they are definite chemical makeup, they have crystal structure. What they aren't is formed by man. All right, let's go back to the anticipation guide on page 2, right here. You filled out the before, which is on this side. Now we're going to fill out the after and then give some explanations right there. All right. So let's look. All right. Remember this. Kind of remember back to the quiz. A substance that forms in nature is inorganic, is a solid, a definite chemical makeup and has a crystal structure. So a substance that forms in nature, inorganic, solid, definite chemical makeup, has crystal structure, is a rock. True or false? All right. So it is false. This is a mineral. Mineral has all 5, while rocks only have 2. So make sure to write this down. A crystal is a solid substance in which the atoms are arranged in orderly, repeating 3-dimensional pattern. So this should be true. Absolutely. Crystals are found in minerals and in rocks. All right, here's our summary all the way at the bottom, 3 to 5 sentences, and this does give it to you. So a mineral is, I would suggest, give the 5 characteristics. What are the differences and similarities? So the difference between a mineral and a crystal is what? So define each. A mineral is this, and a crystal is this. What are the characteristics of minerals? Minerals have 5, please fix that, 5 characteristics, which are blank. Use your own words. All right, so that's it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I hope you guys have a great day.